This is Mather Park. Back in Heimdall, good times. What a great way to like change the formula for the last field study. Oh, there's Carl Regnant, which is Machias' dad. This is a great way to open up the last field study. Instead of just going, like, you go on the train for 5 field studies, which is fine, but like, shaking things up for the last field study is really cool. Yeah, we're just going through all of Heimdall. Which means we don't have to play Blade. Oh, thank goodness. I mean, Blade was optional anyway. Oh, there's Blue Blanc. Blade was optional, but I don't really care for Blade. Not my kind of thing. I'd rather play another card game like Triple Triad. Triple Triad is far superior. Hey, Claire. Not even our high-speed trains could hope to match that. That may be true, but we still have our own strengths. How's the investigation coming along? Well, they've been pretty blatant about trying to obstruct us, so basically about what we expected. The same is true in other areas as well. Understood, respond with pattern 13. I'll head there myself this afternoon. Yes, ma'am. I have to really quickly text someone. Oh, hey, Alfred and Elise.
My, what a spectacular sight. My brother told me all about it, but there's no substitute for seeing it soar through the skies. Simply beautiful.
I have to text someone. Give me 1 second, chat. Sorry about that.
Yes, it really is. You're up there, aren't you, Wayne?
How'd you know?
Wow! That's the Courageous. Oliver finally finished his airship.
It's a fine ship, isn't it? Prince Oliver seems to have gone to quite a lot of trouble having it built.
Is this the wind of change you intend to release across our stained and troubled land? Go, my son, and show me the caliber of man you can be.
Sorry, chat. I'm getting a lot of texts and they're kind of important.
Can you believe it's been almost 2 years already? And look at how far our debaucherous prince has managed to come. Partnering with LeBurl to make a second Arcel-class airship, then cruising over the capital? I suppose that's one way to stick it to you for outmaneuvering him at the trade conference.
Let him have his fun. Still, this was certainly an unexpected play on his part. He and that band of students he likes to ship across the country have proven a never-ending source of entertainment. But now, my dear Prince Oliver, we have reached a decisive point. The board has been prepared, every piece in its place. Can you turn the tides in your favor? I look forward to finding out.
Oh, gee, what's up with the Chancellor? I wonder.
It's currently 10:02, and we have a north-northwesterly wind blowing in at a speed of 11 Arch. We've just passed through the Schwartz-Drake Barrier's airspace into the province of Nortia.
Current speed is 3,050 SPH. We've reached full cruising velocity.
Maintain current course and speed. Follow the Nortia main line, maintaining a distance of 200 Arg.
Aye, aye, Captain.
You say it like Arg, not Arg. So, this is what the bridge of the cruiser looks like. It's all kind of making my head spin. If I'm not mistaken, this ship is equipped with Epstein Foundation's latest information processing system. Huh, so you actually managed to get the Reinford Group Zeiss Central Factory and Epstein Foundation to collaborate. I suppose you would be the most well-informed on matters of technology. It took the combined effort of countless supporters to take this airship from blueprint to beauty. I've caused a great many people no small amount of trouble gathering the technology and funds to build it. It's nice to know even princes have trouble with financing sometimes. Alas, it's true, I had to borrow quite a sum of number of sources, the Emperor himself among them. But all my laborers bore fruit, and we were able to build an airship that met all of my ideal specifications. At a length of 75 Arg, it's almost twice the size of the original Arcel. And with its sporting 20 of ZCF's high-performance engines, it can achieve a top speed of roughly 3,000 SPH. Not quite as fast as Arcel's 3,600 SPH, but the Courageous boasts high armor and interception capabilities. I mean, high armor is pretty good. Good grief, she memorized all the specs already. Still, the more I hear about it, the more unbearable it sounds. Sounds like he's compensating for something. I heard something like this was in development, but I never would have imagined they would have packed this much power into it. Well, now that we have a rough idea how extravagant the ship is, what I don't understand is why my father's sitting in the captain's seat. He's not even part of the military. Unless, Father, did you actually enlist in the Imperial Army? I can understand why you might be perplexed. However, the ship isn't a part of my military force. Huh? So wait, is it officially regarded as the property of the Imperial family? Precisely. I intend this ship to give wings to a third faction of sorts, unconnected to both the Imperial and Provincial armies. To that end, I can think of no finer captain than Viscount Arcade. Well, that at least explains some of it. I see what you're getting at, yeah. The fastest airship in the Empire, captained by the Radiant Blade Master? Couldn't ask for a stranger deterrent than that. I'll say. Well, that's my hope anyway. About half of the crew here are on the loan from my division, the 7th Armored. The rest are civilians representing a variety of nationalities and social classes. As for me, I'm here because I'm just that good at gathering information. They've already tasked me as the point man for keeping in touch with the guild and all its local branches. Makes sense to me. Give me a second, chat. I don't know what my family's doing. Sorry, chat. Hopefully my family would leave me alone. Koval's definitely a good choice. He's got tact and patience to spare. Me, on the other hand, I'm more than the face-punching type. Frankly, I'm still shocked we're here. I never imagined we'd be flying in such a marvel of a ship with such a distinguished crew. You've got me curious, though. Are you intending to tour the whole Empire like this? That's our plan, yes. The hope is that it might help assuage some of the tension that's been building across the nation. And if we happen to intimidate the Imperial Liberation Front while we're at it, all the better. That makes sense considering they've got their own airship too. The Intelligence Division and the RMP seem to be keeping them in check for now. But having a ship like this in the air will definitely put even more pressure on the Liberation Front. In other words, this ship allows me to kill 3 birds with 1 stone. Genius, isn't it? And if I ever feel the urge to stretch my wings, I could take to the skies whenever the mood strikes me. It is nice to have an airship. I will give you that. Perhaps one day I'll even be able to put on a recital soaring in the skies above Heimdall. Well, putting aside certain idiotic flights of fancy, at this speed, it should take less than an hour to reach Roar. Feel free to make yourselves home while aboard. Aside from the restricted areas like the engine room, you have the run of the ship. Go on, poke around a bit. Thanks very much, sir. Thanks. I think I'll take you up on that. Alright. And that's how we ended up flying to our destinations aboard the Empire's newest, most cutting-edge cruiser. But we didn't just sit and look at the windows, of course. Since we had the captain's permission, we each set about exploring the Courageous, seeing what this top-of-the-line airship had to offer. Alright. Save the game. That was a lot of dialogue. This is really cool. I like this airship. And I like that we're get to explore it a bit. Hey, what's up? Everything on this airship is really cutting edge. Prince Oliver does love his surprises. First his return to Heimdall on the Arsail, and now this. I knew the captain's daughter would be coming aboard, but seeing them talk is rather heartwarming. Please relax and leave the operation of the airship to us. We're here come from a wide range of backgrounds, but we're all confident in our skills. What's up, Laura? Honestly, you could have told me about this a little sooner. Is this the reason you've been so busy lately? I apologize for the secrecy, but much of this project fell under the veil of a strict confidentiality. There are some things I'm forbidden to speak of, even to my daughter. I'm sure you realize that. But Klaus must have known, right? Why was he allowed to know while I was left in the dark? Well, we're really honored to have been invited aboard. We could rest a bit easier once we arrive in Rower, knowing we had an Imperial escort. Indeed you can. The Provincial Army will have little choice but to accommodate you. The ship's purpose is to act as a deterrent to both factions, as well as the Imperial Liberation Front. By doing that, we hope that the Courageous will hold the old guard at bay long enough for something new to take root. I'm sure it will. They chose wisely in naming you captain. Still, I assume that's not the ship's only purpose. Well, true. Building an airship this advanced seems excessive if you're going to use it as a deterrent. Laura's right. There has to be some purpose it was made to fulfill, probably to beat the Liberation Front or something. Very perceptive of you. I regret I wasn't able to discuss this with you properly when we were in Legram last month, but I'm proud to see just how much you've grown since you enrolled at the academy. I have my class to thank for that. Learning alongside them has been a constant source of insights. Very nice, very nice. So tell me, Reen, how's she doing? Is Laura getting along with the other students? Yeah, she's fine now. Huh? I think she's been fitting in fine. I see. That's reassuring to hear. At times I worry that growing up into a sword fighter household caused her to end up less well-rounded than her peers. I hope you and the others will continue to look out for her. Right. We're Class 7. We don't give less than our best. Glad to hear it. Laura's probably blushing now. What are you two going on about with all your whispering and furtive glances? It's nothing you need to know. You need to concern yourself with. Just a little discussion between men. You needn't worry. We'll be sure to get you to your field city safely. As a student of Thor's, I expect you to give it your utmost. Huh? He really does care about her. Nice little father-daughter moment. Love it. Where am I supposed to go? I do want to talk to, like, all the Class 7 students. There's a hold. Who's in here? Oh, hey, Lisa. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I had no idea the Ranford group was involved in developing something on this scale at all this time. Then I found it was a collaboration with the Epstein Foundation and ZCF. And on top of that, she's got her hands in development of our Arcus units too. It's way too much work for one person. How many projects does Mother have under her wing right now? Well, I'm afraid I can't give a simple answer to that. But suffice to say, the chairman only knows about a small number of projects in development by the Ranford group. Lately, the directors have... I knew it. Oh, hello, Master Reen. Sorry, am I interrupting something? No, it's okay. Have you finished exploring the airship? I'll expect it'll be a little while before long we reach Rower. Finished? I don't even think I've seen half of it yet. Kind of overwhelming, honestly. I'm looking forward to landing in Rower, though. It's been a while since I've seen the industrial metropolis. You've been there before? It's not too far away from my hometown, so I'd always hear about it in the passing. Oh, that's right, you're from Ymir, so I guess you would then. If you want a little refresher, I could bring you up to speed on all things Rower. Sure, why not? Rower used to be a factory town, but it grew into a hotspot for technology as a result of its steel and heavy industry. The population is around 200,000, and since the city's in the Norcia province, it's under Marcus Ragnar's jurisdiction. Ah, that's right, I still find it kind of wild that Angelica's the daughter. Me too, Reen, me too. You know, last time I visited, it felt like the whole city was man-made. Trees and grass were rare sights. It made it kind of hard to tell how large the city really is. Well, the city itself is basically one giant structure divided into several levels. It's been expanded so many times that even longtime residents occasionally wind up in places they don't recognize. Why, I've lost count of the number of times I had to go pick up Lady Elisa when she lost her way. That was when I was a kid. Don't say it like it still happens. Really, it was a long time ago. Something tells me we're looking at the not quite so distant past. North of Rower is the Saxon iron mine. The iron mine there makes its way into the most of the Rhineford Group's products in some form or other. The amount of ore they get from that just one mine is immense. The Empire would be a different place today without it. I don't doubt it. Even our textbooks don't mention Sanctum Mine. It's been vital to the Empire since back before the Orbital Revolution. In the center of Rower, you can't miss the Rhineford Group's corporate headquarters, which is basically my house. Honestly, I was hoping I wouldn't have to go back anytime soon. Elisa. I guess there's no point in moping about it now. We've yet to have a field study that didn't spiral into some sort of hectic adventure. But I'm ready if you are. Well, just take it as it comes. I'll be wishing you all the best. Nice background on Rower. Anyone else I can talk to? Anyone else? There's something here. There's still so much areas to explore. Oh, hey guys. Come on, nobody wants to see dudes sing. It's all about the ladies. Besides, if we make outfits skimpy enough, guys will be breaking down the doors to get in. Oh, Crow. Are you through working out what to do for our concert? Yeah, we got the general gist of it figured out, but... Let me ask you, Reen. Would you prefer male or female vocals? Probably females, definitely. That's a really important question too, since it'll change the audience we draw. That's a tough decision. Why don't we try both then? You know what? That'd be perfect. Yeah, I really like that idea. 2 songs would be the perfect length too. Oh, that actually is a neat idea, having one guy sing. I don't see any of the guys singing. Probably Elliot, because he's the musician. Of the girls, I see basically any of them singing, except Milliam. Milliam should not be singing at all costs. It should be probably either Elisa or Emma. Hi, Emma. Rehearsing will be tougher, but I think we should do it. It lets us use both plans too. You won't see me complaining. He seems really excited for this. Good for Elliot. Your ideas have all the subtlety of a sledgehammer. Realize that this will put us in direct competition with Class 1, correct? We'll need to do something with a degree of class in order to take them on. I'm on it. Don't worry, Class 1 will be demolished in this. Oh, are you a shop? You are a shop. Wow, what do you know? Give me some Tiro. I don't have Mira. Apparently I have to exchange. Do this. Yes, perfect. Give me some Tiro bombs. Oops. Did not mean to do that. Oh my goodness, it's on yes already. I've been playing a game that didn't have it on yes. We'll do shopping stuff when we're in Rower. Right now, I don't really care. Oh, hey, this is who I have to talk to, apparently. We're still missing Emma.
Sarah? Tova? What are you guys doing out here?
How dare you interrupt me, Green? We're still missing Emma, Fee. I'm trying to think who we're missing. Emma, Fee, Gaius, Milliam. I think that's it. Yeah.
Oh, just a little bracer-to-bracer information swapping.
That's about the long and short of it. Been a while since I saw you guys, though. Not since last month in Legram.
Yeah, always nice to see a friendly face, though.
Well, despite keeping in touch with him and setting up these arrangements, it came as a surprise to me to see him on board, too.
Clearly, it was meant to be. Honestly, I was only brought on because of my connection with Viscount Arcade.
This airship really is in a class all its own, though. It's not every day you see a ship owned by the Imperial family and captained by the Radiant Blade Master.
This cruiser has the potential to be an important force in Erebonia going forward. Without ties to the Imperial or Provincial armies, it can potentially keep both of them in check if need be. It might not be able to do that quite as well as a strong guild presence could, but it'll still help protect a lot of people.
That's true. It still frustrates me how the guild used to be an institution here. And now we're just barely keeping the lights on. At least the Crossbell branch sends its people over to help us out when we need a hand, though.
Wenzel's one thing, but we owe McLean so many favors, I've lost count.
McLean? Wait, are you talking about...
Oh, yeah, I guess you would have heard of him. He's an A-rank bracer over at the Crossbell branch. A guy we used to work with named Wenzel works there now, too. Wait, maybe we should back it up a bit.
The guy we're talking about is Arios McLean, aka the Divine Blade of Wind. The name probably sounds familiar to you because he's also a practitioner of the 8 Leaves 1 Blade style.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of. I've never met him myself, but I heard a lot about him from my master. He mastered the school's second form.
It sounds about as untouchable as anyone who holds the title of Divine Blade.
Well, he's pretty damn strong, I'll give you that. Bailed me out of more tough spots than I'd like to admit. Speaking of, you know who else is a student of the Eight Leaves School? Cassius Bright.
Something I know from Trails of the Sky, Cassius Bright is the main character of Stella and Joshua's father. I do know that because I played Trails in the Sky. I made it like 10 hours in. I do know who Cassius Bright is.
We were talking about him before, remember? He's the bracer who took command during that big incident 2 years ago. Though from what I heard, he left the way of the sword behind a while back.
Cassius Bright was here in Erebonia. Wait, 2 years ago.
It was an eventful time, to put it lightly. And yeah, we have Cassius to thank for getting us past that. But afterward, well, you know the story from there. They shuttered guild branches all across the Empire, one after the other. And your dear, sweet instructor was out of a job.
I'd be glad to give you all the grisly details, but it's a long story. We should probably save it for another time. But hey, the guild seems to have a good track record with folks from the Eight Leaves School. Maybe you should consider a career as a bracer. Door's always open, you know?
Me? A bracer? Huh. I never really thought about it before.
Hey, there's enough of us singing the Bracer Blues without you trying to recruit my students.
Never hurts to start them early. Seriously though, we're always looking for more good people. If that's something you wanted to do, I wouldn't turn you down.
I'll give it some thought.
I'm sure that 2-year incident thing is something you would probably understand if you played Trails in the Sky. So I'm assuming Trails in the Sky took place 2 years before Cold Steel. Very interesting. Again, like, a lot of people say, like, oh, you should play Trails in the Sky and Crossbow before Cold Steel, but I don't see it. I've been getting some comments saying, like, you should be starting with Sky, but I don't know about the later Cold Steel games, but I feel like Cold Steel, you can understand this game specifically just fine without the other games. Like, yeah, they make nods to the other games, but, oh, here they are. They make nods to the other games, but definitely I feel like you can, understand Cold Steel fine without playing the other games. It will make your enjoyment of Cold Steel better probably playing the other games, but it doesn't really make going through Cold Steel, like, confusing or anything like that. The view from up here is so beautiful. Feel like I'm weightless, soaring peacefully above the clouds. You know, this is actually the first time I've ever been aboard a ship. Well, I'm starting to feel a little dizzy. Is that normal? Poor Emma. She's probably airsick. Whoa, the ship's amazing. We're flying faster than a bird. Take that, bird. Now I kind of want one. I wonder if Grant will get me one on the airship if I ask him nicely. You can already fly an air Getlum. Don't go getting greedy. Yeah, exactly. What do you need an airship, Milliam? I mean, the airship is cool, but still, you're not getting one with air Getlum. The airship we used in the cores was pretty fast, but this one's even faster. In fact, its specs seem pretty high across the board. Fancy stuff. Never a dull moment in Class 7, I guess. Yeah, it's great. Where's Gaius, though? Let's talk to these guys.